Anyone wanting to get in the biz?
Yeah, I think so. There are many different aspects, but if you want to get into working on the big movies and stuff, expect your entry level job at a shop to be in the mold department. You'll probably be doing a lot of fiberglassing and stuff. That's usually where most people get in, and then from there you make friends with all of those people, and then it's not just about being a hard worker or knowing a lot or being really good at anything. You have to be a good person. Because if out here it's all about networking, and if you could be the best, you could be Rick Baker status, but if you're a jerk, like, no one's going to hire you. So you have to be not only a hard worker, but you have to be a good person. And and the industry is changing, and like I said before, don't resist the change. Go with it and see if you can get ahead of the change, and like keep your finger on the pulse of where the industry is going and try to get there first.
And where can we connect with you online? Once again, you mentioned a few sites, but you can mention them again.
Yeah. So you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Cig Neutron. Mm-hmm. I'm also streaming most days on twitch.tv/Cig Neutron. And then also our Patreon, if you want in-depth how-to videos and just weird, fun photo shoots and behind-the-scenes stuff, is patreon.com/rancig, RANCIG. Mm-hmm. We have our YouTube, which is youtube.com/BizarroAuGoGo. Mm-hmm. Let's see, am I missing anything? Oh, and my podcast, Tron. It's available on iTunes, basically anywhere you listen to podcasts. But also, if you go to my Twitter, I have a pinned tweet that has the invite link to. I run a Discord server called the Cigarette Pack, and it's I call it the home for wayward weirdos, where a lot of people have found me, and I encourage being your own unique brand of weird and sharing it with the world, and encouraging others to do the same. So we have this like fun little community there that we have like emotional support channels. We got art sharing channels. Yeah, because again, it goes back to growing up in the Midwest. Like, I knew I didn't really have nobody understood me there. And luckily I was like strong-willed and I got myself out of there. But a lot of kids and young people, like, they don't have that support or that safety net. And sometimes they could be the most creative people that might change the world, but they might not, because they might give up or not feel like they're supported. So, I try to really make it my message to encourage your weirdness and find others that are like you. So that's why I started the Cigarette Pack. So you can join that if that sounds appealing to you.
Yes, you must.
I think that's all the places. Yeah, sorry, I do a lot of things.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And we're thankful for that, especially for having you on the show. And the final question I ask everybody is, why does art matter?
Art matters because when you create something, you show that you literally think something into being, and you show people something that they've never seen before. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. If it came from your hand, it's never been replicated. It is exactly uniquely you, and that's inspirational because it puts people in touch of, wow, we really are all creators in some form or another. And if we don't encourage our creativity, then that's what leads to so much unhappiness and so much strife, because people are out of touch with their creativity and they don't realize they have creativity. So art is very important to inspire anyone that they can create, and they can literally think something into being, because we all have that ability.
Great answer. Love it.
Thanks.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show, taking your time. Cig Neutron, this is so freaking crazy.
Thanks, Ed. I had a lot of fun. This is a great talk.
Oh, absolutely. So thanks again. It was an absolute blast, and continued success, spreading your creativity, and keeping the community together, supporting them. That's the best part.
Absolutely.
All right. Appreciate you. See you soon.
Thanks a lot.
And there you have it. I still can't believe I got to speak with Cig Neutron. That is so cool. Even my wife had to say hello when I had him on Skype. She had to come in the room and at least say hello and tell him how much we enjoyed watching him on Face Off. The show's no longer on the air, but it was such a fun show to watch. I think it's on Hulu and Vudu, one of those two. So you can check it out still. But anyway, so grateful and blessed that Cig took the time to talk with me and share his journey. And what have we learned from Cig? Some of his advice is learn your craft, be focused, follow your intuition, follow that gut instinct. It's always good to put in the hard work, but just be aware of that little sixth sense within you, and be ready to follow it. It can guide you, definitely. That's what it's there for. And don't resist the change. As with all industries, there's things that change and evolve, and it's going to happen. You got to roll with it if you're going to stay in the game. I think back a few episodes with Alex Ferrari when he said that Blockbuster had the opportunity to buy Netflix, and they didn't. Because they didn't think it was going to go anywhere. They resisted that change, and Netflix is still around, but Blockbuster isn't. What he says about why art matters is that you think something into being that no one's ever seen before. It is your way of interpreting something in such a unique way through your creativity that no one can duplicate it. They may emulate it. You could take a drawing of, say, Batman. I could take a drawing of him, and someone right next to me can draw him. A whole row of people can draw him, but they won't be the same. Some of them could be similar. Obviously, we have the costume, but it's always going to be a different take on him. And that's great. That's why you get on to Face Off. And Cig even said when he tried for season 2, he just was kind of being someone that he think they wanted on the show instead of being himself. And when he finally was himself in the audition process, he got on the show. And deservedly so. And my favorite piece of advice is just being a good person to people. Show business is a tight community, and word will get around if you are a jerk. If you treat people like crap, no one's going to want to work with you. Why would they? But in the same token, if you treat people good, with respect, you're professional, you do your job, and you're just a pleasure to be around, people will want to work with you. And that's the bottom line. Treat people as you would like to be treated. That's why the golden rule is there. And so many times, people will step over others to get what they want. And yes, sometimes that does work. Sometimes you can get success from it. But in the end, in my eyes, it's short-lived. Some people can still have everlasting success by being jerks to people. But is that how you really want to be remembered? Is that the kind of legacy you want to leave behind, especially in a creative community? No, I don't think so. So be kind to your fellow artists. Support them. Do the right thing. Be kind. And be a good person. And be a great person and check out all of Cig's links. They're going to be at the artistreallymatters.com website. Just look up his post. He'll be the latest one you'll see up there. And check out the other artists. There was 3 other artists we featured for the month of Halloween, but there's plenty of others. Channel your creativity. Check it out. If you want to be a guest, hit me up at artistmatters1, that's the number 1, at gmail.com. And check out the other artists. Check out their links. Check out my page. I have links to my short film, my sketch called The Dog Talker, and a link to my screenplay done up as a storyboard / comic, Dead Planet. You could check it out there. Hey, it's perfect for Halloween. It's vampires and werewolves versus zombies. And of course, you could check out this podcast. It is on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, YouTube, and so many more. And check out next week where we have a filmmaker who hails from Long Island. She does delve into supernatural thrillers and stuff like that, so it is a little bit of a taste of extra Halloween action, but a good way to transition into the month of November. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it, so be on the lookout for that one, and I'll keep churning out more. We're almost to the end of the year, so I'm looking forward to more and get you some great guests here on the show. Thank you one and all for checking out the Artist Matters podcast. Be seeing you soon, and no matter where you go, let your creativity flow.